Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Sarah Hutchinson. I'm a registered nurse, a yoga educator, an Ayurvedic educator, mother, grandmother, and like you, a human being, making a good life and a full life in this rapidly evolving world. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about resilience and how resilience played a role in my recovery from acute illness and grieving in these last 18 months. If you saw my previous video, I'm back online with you, my virtual community, having taken some time off. I was diagnosed with metabolic syndrome through a functional medicine doctor. Through that diagnosis, I dove into ancestral healing and went through some very intensive recalibration in both my physical body and my subtle body in order to achieve healing of my insulin resistance. You can hear more about that in my previous videos. After my recovery from metabolic syndrome, I came down with a whopping case of West Nile virus from a mosquito bite that I got in coastal Rhode Island last summer. I've never been so sick in my life. I recovered from that, again, thanks to the skillful care of my functional medicine doctor and many of the tools that I learned from yoga and Ayurveda. And those are the things that I want to share with you, because those tools created a resilience in me that have given me a remarkable ability to recover. I'm not going to talk about the grief part in this video. That'll wait till another one. But also, I want to let you know I am going to be talking about resilience and grief. Not because we can make grief go away, not because grief is bad, but because when we are grieving, which is pretty much all the time, whether it's acute or subtle, it is this ability to come back and to reconnect to something beyond ourselves that nourishes us, that gives us the opportunity to be resilient. But today, let's focus on my primary technique to build resilience during my illness, both metabolic syndrome and West Nile virus. And that primary technique for build resilience was meditation. Now that sounds very simple, and when I say meditation, I know many of you watching this video are already practitioners, and I know that I'm in good company that way. Many of us think about meditation as the seated meditation where we sit and quiet our minds, and that is indeed classical meditation. The primary meditation technique, however, that I used when I was so sick was Yoga Nidra. And again, I know there are many practicing Yoga Nidra-ites watching this video. If you're new to Yoga Nidra, please know that Nidra, loosely translated from the Sanskrit, means sleep. And the tradition that I teach in Yoga Nidra, we call it enlightened sleep. Indeed, it's a meditative state. It's done reclining. So when I was so sick, I couldn't even sit up. I couldn't even remember my mantra to meditate with because my brain was so infected with the virus. It was the Yoga Nidra that I could do reclining that allowed me to move into a healing state, to get beyond my mind, into that healing state and into that living flow of living wisdom that was constantly informing me. This means I was able to move beyond my exhaustion, beyond my anxiety, beyond my sense of limitation, beyond my fear. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick. I've seen people die from this, was part of my fear. The Yoga Nidra allowed me to get behind all of that and to remember my own inherent wholeness, my own inherent health, my own inherent joy. And I know this all sounds really woo-woo, but the fact is it was like going on a vacation when you've been really stressed, or how you feel when you come out of a great massage, when you've gone into a massage after you've been really stressed. You have that period where you just say, I'm fine, I'm fine. And that's what the Yoga Nidra allowed me to experience during the acute illness and during my recovery. Again, Yoga Nidra is a meditative technique. It's done reclining. It's done with a recording until you can self-guide yourself. You listen to a guided meditation and follow that guidance. And with practice, you learn to get into this place where you're not awake, you're not asleep, you're not dreaming. You're in that fourth, what the yogis call that fourth state, right? That place where you're just in between. You're in the meditative state. Into that state, healing can arrive. And in fact, I did a specific practice during my recovery from West Nile, Yoga Nidra for specific healing. And I was able to target the parts of my body and the cellular reproduction, the state of the virus, is a mind-body technique that showed up in a really fantastic and brilliant recovery. My functional medicine doctor, who I hope you'll be meeting soon, I'm trying to get him on live so you can meet him, attributed my recovery to the amount of life force that is in my body as a result of my yoga practices, and also the opportunity to drop into the healing state in Yoga Nidra. So for those of you who are new to Nidra, I've got a gift for you, which is a recording that is on this page that you can click on the link. And if you've not practiced Yoga Nidra before, this will give you an opportunity to do that. All you'll need is a quiet place to recline, a quiet, warm place. If you've done yoga before, it's like a long Shavasana that goes beyond Shavasana. So that's my gift to you today. Experienced Yoga Nidra people, if you want to hear my voice in Nidra, please go ahead and download this and use this as well. So my message for today is it's all about resilience, and try Yoga Nidra to build your resilience. It works. We'll be talking about it more in the future. In the meantime, thanks for listening today, and I'll be back at you next week with another video. I always want to hear from you, so if you would be kind enough to click through from this video to where the video lives on my website, there's a comment box, and you can put your comments in there. If you email me, it's harder for me to fish those emails out of my inbox, and also others don't get to see your comment. So click through from this video, use the comment box, let me know your experience of Yoga Nidra, your questions, what's on your mind, as we deepen this conversation about, resilience and the role that the mind and the subtle body play in resilience in our life and when we're ill. I'll want to be responding to what you need. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.